Discussing the 5 strategies to get rid of doubt is a very difficult concept if you think about that. Let's analyze for a second what a doubt is. A doubt itself is an inability to be able to make a decision which is based on a value that we believe in. That's what a doubt is. And so therefore, when we have a doubt, we are fearful. Now, here's the difference. The difference between fear and doubt is fear can be a friend, but the doubt itself stops you on your track. A healthy fear, for instance, can save you from getting hurt. A good fear is also not being oblivious to a certain situation, but being aware of it and acting accordingly. But when you have doubt, it doesn't rescue you. It is a void. It's a hesitation. It's a paralysis. Healthy fear can wake you up, but doubt demoralizes you. You're just stuck. You don't know where to go. Self-doubt could be from the way that we were raised or either school experiences or trauma. We assume that we will fail, therefore we doubt everything and anyone around us. Doubt also creates an inability to move forward. Doubtful people, for instance, are obsessed with their problems. They just can't get out of it. They're always thinking, what is it going to be? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? How will I do these things? How will I develop myself? How will I earn a living? What will this person say about me? But interestingly enough, smart people are obsessed with success. It's interesting, isn't it? See, you don't need to fight your genius. You need to get behind it. So I want to go over these 5 strategies to get rid of doubt and what you'll need to do if you truly want to move forward and not stay in a situation where you don't know whether or not something is doable. And I'm not saying, as I discussed in another podcast, about making a decision, not making a decision. That's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different story. This isn't about making the decision. This is about doubting yourself, not being able to believe in what you can do and being limited by your capabilities and also any of your aspirations and not having the ability to make that decision based on the fact that you're fearful. So here's number 1. And I know I've said this in many different other podcasts, talk about it all the time, and that is getting rid of the blame list. Stop blaming. Stop blaming all these other people. If you're doubtful, it's because of yourself. If you're doubtful, it's because you don't want to take full responsibility for what happens. And it's one of the highest form of human maturity to take full responsibility. It's the day that you know that you've passed from childhood into adulthood. It's doing something different in your own relationship with your family. And it's little things, different things, with the same circumstances. And interestingly enough, you know that you cannot change the circumstances, but you can change yourself. You can change who you are, what you do, where you go, what you think about. What you have at the moment, you have to understand that you've attracted by the person you've become. If you are a doubtful person, then that's what you're believing in yourself, what you're hanging around with. And this is what you've attracted to yourself because of the person that you've become. That's what it is. Of course, the idea is to change that, and changes everything around you from what you do from the inside, and everything that's inside of you needs to become different. Here's lesson number 2. You have to study the major. It's very important to do that. I also heard this once when I was at a seminar, and I actually read it in a book of ambition. Some people don't do well because they major in minor things. Every single detail of everything that they do. It's interesting, I remember when I was in practice, early on my practice, I was a micromanager. Every single detail I paid attention to. Instead of paying attention to my patients, paying attention to the general aspect of the clinic, or things which were more important, I paid attention to the details. And therefore, at the very beginning of my early practice years, I was slow in developing. I was slow in growth. I was slow in succeeding because of that, because of the micromanagement. You have to make sure that at the end of the week and at the end of the year, you're not spending major time on minor things. Otherwise, you'll end up being below average. That's what you'll do. There are two things basically to consider. And the best way to illustrate life as it is, professional life, professional ways, professional protocols, professional systems. And here are the two things that you have to consider. Life and business are like the changing seasons. You can't change the seasons, but you can change yourself. Same thing it is with life. Things will grow. Things will be difficult. At times, things will be better. And that's the way that things are. Here's lesson number 3, something to understand. You have to realize that at times there will be difficulties and there will be obstacles, and some of them may seem so overwhelming that you will not be able to make it through the day. But at the end of the day, and after all said and done, you did get over it. You say, well, but look at the price I had to pay. I was sued and I lost. I had an accident and now I'm in the hospital. I had a big fight and I lost that fight. Whatever the case may be. So what? You get over it. You'll get over it. You need to learn how to handle the winter. Some will be short, some will be long, and some will be hard. But there's one thing that you need to know at all times is that winter always comes after fall. But here are things that you need to know. This will never change, no matter what happens. Here's the beautiful thing about it, however, and that is that after winter will come spring. After contraction comes expansion. And even though there are all kinds of winters, the winters of your life, economic winters, social winters, disappointment winters, all of these are common to all of us. Things will be that way all the time. You'll have to know that. But you don't need to wish for things to be easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for things to be faster. Wish you could handle them. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges. Wish for more wisdom. Don't wish for things to be easy. Wish for more blessings that you can handle. Once you understand that, life becomes different. You look at it from a different angle. Here's lesson number 4. You've got to take advantage of the spring because it's called opportunity. And interestingly enough, spring comes right after winter. And guess what will come after spring? The summer will be there. Quite amazing, isn't it? See, God is a true genius. He set the seasons so that during the winter, although it may be cold, and we may be worried, and we may be scared, knowing that the spring will be coming soon gives us the opportunity to relax, to think it through, to lay back and enjoy the ride. Then spring comes with its beautiful, beautiful weather. And everything is blossoming. Everything is blooming. The flowers are springing and it says spring is in the air. And then comes the summer where it's all fun and open. And what's important is that you have to realize that opportunities always come after difficulties. So it's expansion which follows recession. And it's all with a precise regularity. This is true of the seasons. This is true of your life. This is true of every day. After night comes day. It's just the way things are. But you must do something about it because everyone has to be good at one of two things. Either planting in the spring or begging in the fall. And you'll have to pay attention to that. Which do you want to do? You must learn how to handle the night so that when the day comes in, you'll be prepared. You must learn how to handle difficulty because it's always followed by opportunity and you'll need that action to be able to go into the new set, a new level, a new progress. Recession is always after expansion. And it goes around this way. And things are not going to change. That's the way things are. Here's lesson number 5 in the strategies of getting rid of doubt. All good things will be attacked, it says. Don't ask why. That's just the way God did it. All good things will be attacked. At the time that a person reaches its peak and reaches the highest success, they'll be attacked. I was there myself. And you know what? That's just the way things are. Realize that when you become big, in whatever it is that you do, it will be attacked. Let the reality, however, be your best beginning. Not to think so is naive. What you have to do is not worry about the attack, because otherwise you'll stagnate. You won't grow. You may say, well, why should I become big? Why should I become wealthy? Why should I become famous? Why should I expand? Why should I do more if it's going to be attacked? You have to think about the values. The values have to be defended. Your values, social values, and friendship values, political values, marriage values, even business values. If you think of it like a garden, you have to tend to it like every summer. But if you don't develop these skills, you will never be protected and you won't protect your own values. You have to choose one challenge that you can handle in your life and decide, can I handle that? And if you can't, just relax. Things will work out. Because confidence breeds confidence. Victories breeds victories. And if you fall, don't worry about it. You know for a fact that you'll get up. Think of a baby. Think of a child. Have you ever seen a 1.5-year-old child or a 2-year-old child when they start walking and they learn how to walk? Quite interesting. They try to get up, so they find a corner of a table or a couch or somewhere that they can hang on to, and they pull themselves up the first time. And as soon as they are standing on their feet, they realize they've reached a certain new level in their life. And then they try to move, and before they can even make that turn, they fall. But guess what they do immediately? Get up again. And they get up again. And at times, if you've noticed children, they'll fall so hard they'll hit their head. And it could be on a hard floor. And they'll cry. But the minute the parent has given them a little hug and they forget about it, they go right back at it and they get up again and get up again and get up again. And they don't stop until they learn how to walk. A child does not have anything stopping them from becoming the person they need to be. You know why? They don't have the fear of the unknown. They realize that they must walk, and therefore they take that step, and nothing stands in their way. And that's what I wish for you. That's what I hope that you're going to do. That's what I hope that every person who is looking for success will do. Because this will make a big difference in their lives, and this will make a big difference in your life. So learn how to handle these processes. Difference between fear and doubt is the difference between being a good friend and an enemy. Know what you need. Know where you want to go with this. Just remember, doubtful people are obsessed with their problems, but smart people are obsessed with success. Which one do you want to be? It's all up to you. Good luck. And please let me know what you think about all this. I'd love to hear from you.
If you like what you've heard, please let us know by leaving a comment below. We would really appreciate if you would be kind enough to like, share, and even subscribe. Feel free to follow us on Facebook. Follow us